The sky was scattered with cloud shapes like giant hoof marks, but then sun was hot and sputtering on the rim of the horizon. It was like walking into the ocean, an ocean of heat. When I got home, everything was quiet. I saw Magda through the window of her room, cleaning bits of dust from her records. On the porch, Petty was playing jacks with old golf Nardo had stolen from Bonneville Lakes Golf and Catering. I tousled her hair and stepped inside. Dad was sitting on the living room couch, his feet propped on the coffee table, drinking a can of beer and nipping like little gulps of tequila from a paint bottle. In the kitchen, Mom was scrubbing the counter. She had her black hair braided into a solid coil in the back and was wearing a flower print apron with the sleeves puffed like biscuits. Mom was wild about daytime movies. When the music on the TV quickened, she angled her head through the doorway and watched the action. When there was a lot of talking, she scrubbed hard on the daisy print linoleum. I thought she was going to grab me by the collar and plant me in the front of the sink to wash dishes. Instead, she said, "Mijo, you're blocking the TV. What are you watching? A Tony Curtis movie?" Standing behind a liquor bar, Tony was rustling ice cubes in a glass and twirling a spoon in suave, romantic circles. He glanted his eyes enticingly at some jazzy-looking blonde lady, Marilyn Monroe, or somebody. Lounging a billow couch, the blonde lady didn't suspect a thing, or maybe she did. Mom sure in the hell did. She knew Tony. While I was standing there watching this off and on squiggly on the TV, Mom grabbed me by the shoulder and shoved me aside. "Move, mijo," she said, craning her neck. Although sitting close to the TV, Dad was pretending like he wasn't watching. He getting interested in the parts where Mom's eyes glued on Tony. Though he stretched his legs across the coffee table to block out part of the screen. Knowing this annoyed her, although she was trying hard to ignore him. After a while, Mom came into the living room like gravity was pulling at her. She sat on the arm of the couch and propped her chin on her palms. She close was Tony to the blonde lady that could practically zipper their eyelashes together. That's when Dad got up, snatching angrily at the air, and huffed into the bathroom. He washed, slapped, and aftershave and smoothed his hair back with red rose brillantin. He came out wearing a white shirt and black pants, like he was dressing for a funeral. Flat chance he was going to stick around to watch Tony smooth with his blonde lady. While Mom swooned, he was heading back to the Ricos to see if he could come again with his lucky shooting streak. He stood over Mom about a minute to see if she'll lift her eyes, then grinned meanly, grabbed his keys, and pen out of tequila storm out. Mom just kept watching the TV. I guess she figured she could scold him for starving us, scold him about the unpaid rent or the job somewhere in the world waiting for him to try harder. But she was tired of all that. She knew if she cluttered his ears with too much griping, it would only thicken his stubbornness. He smoldered around the house for hours, grumbling and haranguing until they gnawed her patience down to shreds. Outside, I heard the car started winding, but it wouldn't kick over. "God damn it!" Dad shouted. I pushed the curtains back and saw him wrestling with the arms of gear shift with something stuck. He slammed his feet on the floor and shook the wheel. Then, relaxing his hands, he stared hard at me, like I was weeds growing wild in the field that someday he'd have to shop. Mom came on behind me and pressed down on my shoulders, her hands smelling of ammonia. We watched as Dad got out of the car and walked across the parking lot, grumbling. The hoof-marked clouds in the sky had burned away, and already I could see the wind beginning to smooth out the wrinkles of the afternoon heat. Petty was still on porch, erasing some sparrows' tracks on the dusty concrete. Two of the Garcia brothers, Bobby and Stinky, snuck out from behind our neighborhood, Sophie's house, and followed Dad. laughing and shoving each other with dares. They threw little pieces of gravel at him, trying to land them inside his neck collar, but they only swiped at the air behind his head and kept walking. I turned around and saw the thick cords on Mom's neck pulsing. She looked at me and with a funny smile squeezed her fingers against my cheeks, sparkling tiny needles of pain. When she let go, my face stung with a glowing warmth. End of chapter 2.